Hey, I'm Andreas, and today I'm going to be journeying through the world of Terraria. To start off, this playthrough of Terraria is going to take place in journey mode because I'm lazy and I hate to grind and I would like to avoid that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's this thing on journey mode called a duplicator, and as the name suggests, it duplicates the stuff. However, there is a catch to it. How the duplicator works, you need to reach a certain amount of requirement for an item before you could actually start duplicating it. For example, this dirt block right here requires me to get 100 more dirt blocks before I could start duplicating it. If I can't fulfill that requirement, I won't be able to duplicate this dirt block. Alright, now that's out of the way, let's begin. Journey mode gives you a much better starting kit than the ones you get in other game modes. So that's pretty nice, but it isn't enough, so I went caving. My current plan is to either gather silver or gold to start duplicating it, then craft armor and weapons using either of those two, to then go to fight a boss with it. For the boss, I was considering the Eye of Cthulhu since it's an easier boss and provides materials I need to progress into the game, but I decided to skip that and went straight for the Eater of Worlds instead, since if I fought the Eye of Cthulhu, I would just simply go to the Eater of Worlds next, meaning I would have just wasted my time fighting the Eye, and the Eater of Worlds drops far more better loot, so that's why I'm skipping the Eye of Cthulhu. Anyways, in between my mining sessions, I set up my town right where spawn would be, so I don't have to stand and wait for the demolitionist to come so I could buy dynamites from him. The reason why I wanted dynamites is because I wanted to use to make my elevator, otherwise mining down using a pickaxe would take an incredibly long time. So that's the reason why I wanted the demolitionist. After a bit of waiting and mining, the demolitionist finally came and I got my dynamites and I got right into work immediately. Everything was going according to plan until... Surely I won't die to lava again, right? Alright, maybe I should stay away from this red hot liquid for now. Anyways, after dying twice, I decided I wanted to fight the Eater Worlds, so I began gathering enough falling stars to convert it into jester arrows, and once I had enough, I went ahead to the corruption and summoned the Eater World. It was an easy fight, and after defeating it, I got my materials. I went ahead and crafted the shadow set, then I proceeded to mine the meteorite that just landed, and used that to craft one of my favorite weapons from this game, the Star Cannon. After obtaining the Star Cannon, I went down into the underworld to set up an arena to fight the Wall of Flesh, and after the arena was done, I went ahead and summoned the Wall of Flesh and fought it, defeated it, and was able to unlock Hardmode. Nothing much happens during early hard mode. I just destroyed a lot of altars and got my 3 hard mode ores to spawn, and after that I went ahead and fought the 3 mechanical bosses. The first mechanical boss that I fought was the Destroyer. I only fought this guy because some enemy dropped a summoner for it, so I went ahead and used that. Right after defeating the Destroyer, I used the hollow bars that I got to upgrade my Star Cannon into a Super Star Cannon, then used that to kill the second mechanical boss, which is the Skeleton Prime. After defeating it, I used the Soul of Fright to craft the Flamethrower, then used the Flamethrower to kill the last of the mechanical bosses, the twins, and went ahead and upgraded my armor to the Hollow set and crafted the Mega Shark to use against the Plantera. Once I got all of that, I made my way to the underground jungle in search of Plantera bulbs, and when I found one, I made a small arena to fight it on, and I started to fight. I managed to defeat the Plantera, though it did leave me quite hurt. Surely that won't be a foreshadowing to my death in the near future. After defeating the Plantera, I decided to upgrade my armor into Shroomite, which is the final armor I'll be making before the Moonlord is defeated, and I also ditched my boots for a more offensive accessory, since I thought having the hoverboard was enough to provide me with the necessary movement speed that I needed, but I was terribly wrong with that assumption. No. Yeah, I died to the Golem. This is what happens if you get a bit too comfortable. You get humbled real quick. After that humiliating defeat, I decided to properly gear myself up this time and also change my weapon back from the Mega Shard to the Flamethrower before going back to the temple and fighting the Golem for the second time. This time I was able to defeat the Golem, and now I'm just a few steps away from fighting the Moon Lord. Since I'm going to be fighting the final boss of the game, I thought it would make sense to get a much better gun for that job. I know I could get the Vortex Beater after defeating the Vortex Pillar and use that to kill the Moon Lord, but I thought of a much better idea. And that idea being, I would try to get the coin gun from the pirates and use that to kill the Moon Lord. If you guys don't know, the coin gun is a weapon that exists in Terraria, and it only really reaches its full potential in journey mode, unless you're using some duplication glitch outside of journey mode, which I'm gonna be honest with you, at that point you probably should have, if you're planning to use this weapon. Since in order for you to max out its damage, you would need a bunch of platinum coins as ammo for it, and if you've played this game, you know how hard it is to get platinum coins. This is why the coin gun isn't necessarily used much despite it being so powerful, because the cost to operate it's just too damn expensive unless you're willing to use gold coins as ammos, which does significantly reduce the damage output of this weapon. But since I'm playing on journey mode, that really isn't much of a problem for me, so yeah. All I have to do is to fight the pirates to obtain one of these. It does have a low chance of dropping, so it might take me multiple tries to get one, so... Oh, he got a coin gun! Wait, I didn't expect that. Yeah, so it looks like the Terraria gods wanted me to use the coin gun so badly. That's why they gave me one immediately. I mean, it must be fate, and I won't contest it. After getting this broken weapon, I did my final preparations in my fight against the Moon Lord, and after all that is done, I headed towards the dungeons so that I could challenge the Lunar Cultist. After defeating the Lunar Cultist, the Celestial Pillars spawned, and I went with the Solar one first since it's the hardest of the four. Then I worked my way down from there, and after the last pillar was destroyed, my impending doom approaches. And there you have it. With the Moon Lord defeated, this concludes my journey in Terraria. Maybe one day I'll do a normal run of Terraria, like I'll do a classic mode run of Terraria, but I won't count on it since I am a pretty lazy person. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.